Hello, my name is Rachel and today I'm bringing you my May wrap-up. So I didn't do great in May. I hit a major just reading and life funk. But I did manage to get 5 books read. So that's better than nothing. So first off was the Halloween-a-thon that was taking place running from the end of April to the beginning of May. So 2 books from Halloween-a-thon are starting off my wrap-up. The first one is Halloween Party by R.L. Stine. This is a point horror book, and it is cheesy and ridiculous, and I keep giving them 2 stars, and then I keep reading them. I don't know. They're cheesy and they're fun, but they're not good. Does that make sense? This one was about this crazy girl had this ridiculously lavish party, and our main character kind of knows something is amok, and then slowly the guests start disappearing. And that, again, was Halloween Party by R.L. Stine. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And then next up for Halloween-a-thon, I read Psycho by Robert Bloch. This is the book that the movie is based off of, and they stayed pretty true to the book. It was pretty short, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was suspenseful and creepy. I just think it's so imaginative, and I love that this came from, or that the movie came from the book, and that they stayed so true to the book. And overall, I thought it was really good. It was a fun read. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, I listened to The Confidence Code for Girls on audiobook. This is by Katie Kay and Claire Shipman. This is the young adult version, or the middle grade, I guess, version for girls. There was originally a Confidence Code published more for adult women, and they decided they needed one for girls, and I really thought this was an interesting book. I think there was a lot of interesting stuff in there, and I can't wait to add it to our school library. There were a lot of things to break up the text. There were like quizzes and little snippets where they gave you examples of what real girls might be going through, and it was all things to really just give yourself a confidence boost and to make really good decisions in your life. So overall, I think it's a really good book for our middle grade students, so I'm excited to add that in. I believe I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Next up, I read Front Desk by Kelly Yang, and this was probably my favorite read of the month. This is a really, really cute middle grade story about, basically kind of about the author. Her childhood was also spent helping to run her parents' hotel, just like Mia Tang in the book, and I think that there was enough meat in this middle grade contemporary to make it worth reading. It wasn't all just light and fluffy, but it was fun to read at the same time, which I really, really liked. So basically we're just following Mia's adventures and helping her parents run their hotel. There are some silly adventures. There is the mean owner and his son that Mia has to go to school with. There are some not so fun parts in this book, and a lot of information relating to immigrant life in the United States, which, like I said, it's got plenty of meat in this fun contemporary book. I love the cover, but I do kind of wish that they'd made it a little bit older, because I think middle grade and YA girls are going to be hesitant to pick it up because it looks a little childish. But I think it's adorable. I just wish it looked a little bit older, so that a wider range of girls would be more willing to pick it up. But overall, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then last but not least, I read Living Simply, A Teen Guide to Minimalism by Sally McGraw. I thought overall this had some pretty good information in it. They're super, super short, which I think is great for middle grade and YA nonfiction. I think kids are actually a little bit more likely to pick this up. And while I don't think this covered any specific topic in depth, I think it gave a lot of different things that students could research further, such as the amount of plastic we use, and what you do with fast fashion once you no longer want them, and is fast fashion a good thing versus different alternatives you could do. And I think it took a dive into several deep topics, but it didn't go into anything too deeply, if that makes sense. But I think this is a great jumping off point for Living Simply for teens. I think they might pick this up, and I think they might pick this up just simply based on the size of it, but actually learn something along the way, which I'm always on board for. Overall, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So in the month of May, I managed to read 890 pages. I read 3 fiction books and 2 nonfiction books. I read one adult book, 2 YA books, and 2 middle grade books. So overall, even though I was in quite a funk, I'm excited that I got some read. I did get a few other things started, but I just never got around to them. And if you'll notice, this wrap-up is very much lacking any true crime, which is surprising considering that I ran a true crime readathon in the month of May. Yeah, I didn't get anything read at all. I started a true crime book and I got about 20 pages in and I just couldn't do it. I just was not in the headspace for it, so I got no true crime read. I didn't get any really heavy-hitting books read, but that's okay. I read a little bit, and I'm hoping now that I'm off for the summer that I will get some more books read. So stay tuned for an amazing June wrap-up. It's gonna happen. Have faith in me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in another video soon. Bye for now.